Tony Evers, and I'm proud to be standing here tonight as the 46th governor of the great state of Wisconsin to deliver my 5th State of the State address.
Right now at 10, fresh off an election victory, Governor Evers lays out his vision for Wisconsin tonight at the Capitol. Plus, the jury returns a verdict in the double homicide trial of former Badger football player Marcus Randall L. We'll have it for you from the Rock County Courthouse. And human trafficking, it is a reality in Dane County. Tonight, we'll hear from the county's first detective how he's doing what he can to stop human trafficking here. It's all ahead right now at 10.
And I'm proud to report to you tonight that in 175 years of statehood, our state has never been in a better fiscal position than it is today.
Thanks for joining us tonight. The governor touted what he'd like to see his administration achieve over the next 4 years in office. All of these topics here touched on tonight at some point during his 45-minute State of the State address this evening. And live at the Capitol now, political reporter Will Keneally joins us. And Will, what did we hear tonight?
So the one open question, Eric, that we had going into tonight's speech was how the state would spend its budget surplus. It's nearing $7 billion. Now from tonight's speech, we know a little bit more about the governor's plan.
Well, I am proud to say that the state of our state is much different today.
It was a dual-purpose address for the governor. He wanted to show Wisconsin how he has righted the ship in the last 4 years, but also make a pitch for new policy in the next 4. Part of that is spending.
So no, our current system is not sustainable. For years, communities have raised their own property taxes to keep their local schools afloat.
Politicians are debating right now how to spend the state's record-setting budget surplus. Republicans heard too much spending from the governor tonight.
Boy, he sure is trying to spend a lot of money.
Republicans have been pushing to use the state's budget surplus on a flat tax, but Evers says that is a non-starter.
We need to bolster the middle class. We need to maintain our economy's momentum. And we need to reduce barriers to work and recruit and retain talent to address our state's workforce challenges.
But that frustrated Republicans.
I would say this is a typical Tony Evers, very liberal, a little bit more than he knows Republicans would ever accept. And once again, only talking to one side of the room. He didn't really spend much time talking to the whole room.
Mental health deals with everybody here, you know, not just this side also.
The governor declared 2023 the year of mental health, an annual policy focus for his administration.
We cannot look back 2 years from now as we prepare the next budget and wonder whether we should have done more and sooner to take good care of our mental health.
Now, as Evers prepares his budget for February, there may be room for common ground.
Let's find common ground. I'm announcing tonight that I will work together on a budget provision that will send a total of up to 20% of the state's sales tax revenue back to our local communities for shared revenue.
So Republicans have said that they would be open to some increases to shared revenue, but they want to see some reforms tied to that. We'll, of course, know more when the governor delivers his budget address in February. Reporting from the Capitol, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Will, thank you. We take a look over the Capitol Square tonight. A little bit of snow in the forecast, but it is the cold coming up after that snow that we are really keeping an eye on. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti now with our certified most accurate forecast. Gary?
Well, there goes the forecast. You just said it all in a nutshell. We've got some snow on the way, and it's going to be followed by much colder weather as we head toward next week. Let's start out with the time-lapse from the WISC-TV Skycam. Lots of clouds today, just a couple of peaks of sun, but that was about it, and we're not looking for much sun over the next few days as well. Some flurries up in the northern portion of the Midwest. That's not what we're concerned about. 6-hour future track radar shows the snow coming in from the south. That's what we're watching for tomorrow. And winter weather advisories in effect from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. Tomorrow afternoon for Rock and Walworth counties of southeastern Wisconsin. High temperatures today, just above freezing. Madison 33, Janesville 36. Our average high is 27. So another day with above normal temperatures. 4 straight weeks of that. Current temperatures are still well above normal. 29 in Madison, 32 in Janesville. These temperatures won't fall very much because of cloud cover. You can see 30 right now in McFarland, 28 degrees in Verona, and 26 in Cross Plains. Look for nearly steady temperatures overnight. 25 is about as low as it'll get, and then we'll actually see temperatures rise as snow showers arrive late. I'll tell you how much snow we can expect in just a few minutes.
In Rock County tonight, a jury has found former Badger football player Marcus Randall L. guilty on all counts. This is in connection with the 2020 shooting deaths of 2 women, 27-year-old Brittany McAdory and 30-year-old Sierra Winchester.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Marcus Randall L., guilty of first-degree intentional homicide of Sierra Winchester as a party to a crime as charged in count 1 of the information. We, the jury, find the defendant, Marcus T. Randall L., guilty of first-degree intentional homicide of Brittany McAdory as a party to a crime as charged in count 2 of the information.
The jury was given the case about 3:30 this afternoon and came to a unanimous verdict about 2 hours later. The trial included 6 days of testimony, with the defense calling just 2 witnesses to the stand this morning. Randall L. declined to testify in his own defense, exercising his Fifth Amendment right. Sentencing has now been scheduled for May 3rd. In Dane County, state law enforcement agent Mark Wagner has pleaded not guilty in the shooting of Quadrin Wilson and is facing 1 charge of recklessly endangering safety after investigators determined he shot at Wilson during an attempted arrest last February. Wagner's attorneys argued he thought Wilson was shooting at him, but the investigation found Wilson was not armed during that incident. Wagner will be back in court in March. The reality of human trafficking in Dane County is being highlighted tonight by survivors, activists, and concerned residents. The issue took center stage during a Public Protection and Judiciary Committee meeting this evening, where our McKenna Alexander caught up with the county's first ever human trafficking detective to learn how he's working to keep our community safe.
One dedicated member of law enforcement is simply not enough in a county this big to confront a problem of this severity.
Personal testimony, state statistics, and a call for action are just some of the topics presented by Dane County residents during a Tuesday night meeting. The open forum, hosted by the Public Protection and Judiciary Committee, centered on the issue of human trafficking in Dane County. Before this summer, efforts to combat the issue were not fully funded, but an additional $120,000 a year allowed the county to hire a full-time human trafficking detective. Filling that role is Detective Driton Lazami, who says, given the nature of trafficking, the past 6 months have been nothing short of busy.
So I've had a situation where I've talked with a survivor thinking we're going to talk about a certain trafficker, and then in addition to that trafficker, I come out with 2 more. So that adds some more to my caseload, expands your investigation.
Since taking on the role of human trafficking detective, Lazami says one of the biggest struggles he's faced in combating this issue is a lack of reporting.
Part of it has to do with the history of the survivor, their experiences they've had with law enforcement, which at times are not on good terms, so to speak. Also, part of it has to do with the fear they have from the trafficker.
While progress is already being made in the fight against human trafficking, Lazami does say a crime analyst and in-house advocate would help further his efforts, suggestions that were brought forth during Tuesday's meeting. For now, Lazami is continuing to be motivated by the goal of helping make Dane County a safer place for everyone. In Madison for News 3 Now, I'm McKenna Alexander.
To learn more about human trafficking resources in our area, you can visit our website, channel3000.com. New information tonight, the Grant County Sheriff's Office says it is running out of credible leads as it continues to search for a missing man. 34-year-old Ronald Henry was last seen in early December at a home in rural Platteville. Since then, numerous law enforcement agencies, along with family members and friends, have searched for him without any luck. In an update today, the Grant County Sheriff said while the investigation is still active, his agency is running out of leads and is asking members of the public to share any information they might have. More local news, UW system officials today saying they will ban the use of TikTok on system devices. It comes after nearly half of the states nationwide have blocked the popular social media app. Earlier this month, Governor Tony Evers banned its use on state-owned devices, citing potential risks to privacy, safety, and security, but the order did not apply to the UW system. Developing tonight, another top-ranking politician in some hot water after classified documents were found at their home. CBS News has confirmed those documents were found at the home of former Vice President Mike Pence in Indiana. The disclosure comes 2 weeks after Pence sat down with CBS News, expressing confidence that no such materials were in his possession.
Our staff reviewed all of the materials in our office and in our residence to ensure that there were no classified materials that left the White House.
Days after that interview, sources tell CBS News a lawyer located the classified papers, checking 4 boxes at the home at Pence's request. The documents have since been turned over to the FBI. The Biden administration finalizing plans to send American M1 Abrams tanks to Ukraine. That's according to U.S. officials familiar with the matter. An announcement about the tanks could be part of an attempt to break a diplomatic logjam with Germany, which indicated to the U.S. last week that it would not send its Leopard tanks to Ukraine unless the U.S. also agreed to send its tanks. It's unclear when the Abrams tanks would be delivered. Officials say Ukrainian troops will need to be trained on how to use the equipment, which could take several months. The U.S. Justice Department is suing Google for monopolizing the online advertising space. The complaint alleges Google has used anti-competitive mergers to acquire rivals and that Google has bullied advertisers into using its proprietary technology products. The suit marks the Biden administration's first blockbuster antitrust case against a big tech company. The Trump administration also sued Google in 2020, and that case is still ongoing. A makeshift border wall along Arizona's border with Mexico is coming down. Crews have so far removed 1.6 miles of shipping containers. Arizona's previous governor ordered the 4-mile wall made of shipping containers to be put up. Problem was, he never got permission for the project, so the Biden administration sued him, and the state then agreed to take it down. Daily migrant encounters were down at the border, by the way. A Homeland Security official says they've dropped by more than half this month compared to last month. Earlier this month, President Biden met with Mexican President Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador to discuss immigration and issues at the border. Wisconsin sports fans will soon be able to bet on games at the Potawatomi Casino Hotel in Milwaukee. It'll be built in the location of the Northern Lights Theater. Construction will begin soon, but the casino announced this week a temporary sports book will be up and running within the next 2 or 3 weeks. It could be open in time for the Super Bowl. A permanent sports book should be finished by the end of the year.
We'd love to, keep the money in Wisconsin, keep generating the tax dollars for the city, and keep this fun and exciting new avenue of gaming to the town and really paying homage to the sports that we see here.
A mobile app is also being developed. In about 4 months, people will be able to bet from their phones while on casino property. Still ahead tonight, your latest forecast and an update on this week's chances for snow, plus a closer look at so-called junk fees that may be creeping into your internet bills. Stay with us.
Pick and Save Fresh Perks, it's easy to get lower than low prices for the win. Earn fuel points on every purchase and save up to $1 a gallon at the pump. With Pick and Save fuel points, all you do is win big savings. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Arby's, 2 for $7 every day. That big crispy boy can barely fit on the bun. 2 of those things for just $7. Arby's, we have the meat.
This year, say yes.
I couldn't be more thrilled with my results. I'm over the moon happy. Look at that waist.
Yes to confidence.
I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
Yes to a new shape.
These are my results. I am so happy.
Yes to a new you.
I'm Dr. Elena Vega. Imagine you could remove this much fat from multiple areas all at one time.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good.
I have the flattest tummy that I've had in 25 years.
I'm able to wear things that I never thought I would wear again.
I can wear a little black dress. I feel sexy.
Find out how you can get $250 off with our New Year exclusive offer. Call 1-800-993-0752 or go to sonobello.com.
Need life insurance? Select Quote found Jacob, 40, a $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. And Select Quote found his wife Wendy, a $500,000 policy for only $17 a month.
Select Quote. We shop, you save.
With reliable COVID-19 results in just 15 minutes, everyone is making room for Binax Now in their medicine cabinet.
Do we still need these pregnancy tests?
Yeah, no.
Out with the old, in with the #1 COVID-19 self-test in the U.S. With the same technology doctors use to test for COVID-19. Binax Now.
With the Pick and Save app, no matter where you order free pickup, you get the same great deals as you get in our stores. So start your cart today. Whenever, wherever. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
My girl Lala and I have so much in common. Is your son as protective about you as mine is over me? He'd be like, Mom, let me see your phone real quick. For what? And please welcome Bashir Salahuddin.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. Fresh off his CMA Vocalist of the Year award, country music star Chris Stapleton will now be performing at this year's Super Bowl. The NFL just announced he'll sing the national anthem. He'll be joining stars like Rihanna, who is set to perform at halftime. This year's Super Bowl will be in Glendale, Arizona, near Phoenix, set for February 12th. Also today, pop rock band Panic at the Disco announced it'll be breaking up after 19 years. Lead singer Brendan Urie, the band's only remaining original member, announced on social media today that the band's final show will be March 10th in Manchester, England. In his post, Urie said he's bringing this chapter of his life to an end to focus on his family. Panic at the Disco got together back in 2004. Amazon is expanding its push into healthcare with a $5 per month unlimited generic prescription drug delivery service. The plan is called RX Pass. It includes 60 generic prescription drugs that treat various common conditions like allergies, inflammation, and high blood pressure. Amazon says the delivery service will launch immediately in most states, and that does include Wisconsin. You don't have to have insurance to get RX Pass, but you do have to have Amazon Prime, which now costs $139 a year. If you take a look at your bill from your internet provider, you may find some charges you don't recognize. And researchers at Consumer Reports poured over thousands of bills and say many contain unnecessary fees. Christine Lazar reports.
It feels like we can't live without it, but many can't keep up with the cost of internet service. Consumer Reports looked at internet bills from all different providers across the country and found the average price for home internet is now about $75 a month.
And that's expensive. That's a lot to pay for internet service. And why? Because pretty much there's no one telling internet service providers what they can and cannot charge you.
Jonathan Schwantes is a senior policy counsel for Consumer Reports. He says after studying more than 22,000 bills submitted by consumers from all 50 states to its Fight for Fair Internet project, Consumer Reports found that many providers keep bills high with so-called junk fees.
And they have very sneaky names like the Internet Infrastructure Surcharge or the Technology Service Fee. And you kind of think, like, that sounds kind of legitimate. Maybe that's a government fee. It's not.
Schwantes says the fees are legal, but he believes they aren't ethical and are used to pad profits. The study also found rates vary by market and are especially high when there aren't a lot of choices for providers. Prices can be arbitrary. In many instances, providers charge different prices for the exact same plan. Finally, many of the bills collected included add-on fees for data overages and equipment. The Federal Trade Commission is currently looking into those junk fees. It defines them as unnecessary or surprise charges that inflate costs while adding little to no value. Christine Lazar, CBS News, Los Angeles.
TV meteorologist Gary Canalti joins us now. You said I gave away your forecast earlier. I just said we're going to get some snow, and it's going to get cold. You have to tell us how much snow, how much snow, and how cold will it get? It sounds like it's going to be chilly.
Yeah, I think it'll be more than chilly by next week. Let's start out by taking a look at 3 things you need to know in the forecast. In the short term, it's going to be the snow that we'll be dealing with for tomorrow. Most of the accumulations will be south and east of Madison. Then some flurries on Thursday, maybe another little bit of light snow on Friday, but it's the bitter cold that's possible by next week, especially from Monday toward Friday of next week. Tonight, just a few flurries in the northern part of the Midwest. That's actually with a storm traveling near the U.S.-Canadian border. That's starting to get some cold air gathering behind it, and eventually that will start pulling its way down. But the storm that we're watching is to the south. Notice at 3 a.m., snow coming up from Iowa and Illinois, and you can see that snow spreading northward, mainly southeastern Wisconsin seeing the more significant snows. But by afternoon, you can see just kind of tapering down to some flurries and some very light snow showers. As far as snowfall amounts are concerned, probably looking at maybe a couple of inches over southeastern Wisconsin down toward the Illinois state line, perhaps up to an inch or so across Dane County. Madison, probably about an inch, maybe 2 inches. Southeastern Dane County, north and west of Madison, less than an inch of snow. There are winter weather advisories for far southeastern Wisconsin, as well as much of northern Illinois and eastern Iowa from this storm system. Future track snowfall potential for the next system, which is Thursday night and Friday. A similar system. This one will come in from the northwest, and that'll be followed by the colder air. Notice perhaps an inch or two of snow north and west of Madison, about an inch or probably a little bit less across most of our viewing area. The heavier snow will stay out to the west of us, but again, that's the one that will drag down the cold air. That's starting to build up across Canada. This storm that's coming in from the south has rain and snow on the northern edge, snow even as far south as Texas. The southern part of the storm, a damaging squall line that's been sweeping through parts of Louisiana right now. There were tornadoes near Pasadena, Texas, that caused significant damage in the southern part of the Houston metro area, as well as over far southeastern Texas, a couple of tornadoes there. But the severe weather staying to the south. We're just on the northern fringes of the storm, and again, it's just some light snow that we'll see from this. There's that second system up to the north. Again, colder air starting to lurk here, especially behind that cold front. But as we zoom into the Midwest, you can see our temperatures right now actually a little bit above normal. 29 right now in Madison. Most of the state seeing temperatures in the 20s. But again, behind that cold front, notice the temperatures just off the map. They drop into the teens and single digits very quickly. In the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook, calling for below normal temperatures, the highest probability just to our west, but precipitation getting back to around average. Winter weather advisory for Rock and Walworth County, 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow, high of 31 with some light snow or flurries. Planning your day, high temperatures right around 31. They'll stay nearly steady through the afternoon, but the snow coming in from the south arrives early tomorrow morning, continues through tomorrow morning. Temperatures right around 30, and then it starts to wind down during the afternoon. Snowfall amounts, perhaps a couple of inches southern Rock County, an inch or so around Madison, lesser amounts to the north and west. In the 7 to 10-day forecast, that cold air hits next week. High temperatures in the single digits and teens. Nighttime low temperatures, single digits above and below zero. Wind chills perhaps as cold as 20 to 25 below zero in the morning.
And coming up in sports, Taylor Stremlow put on a clinic on the hardwood tonight, how she helped lead Verona past Sun Prairie West. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Oh, the weather. What's the chance of rain tomorrow?
Ooh, 80%. I make it rain. I make it rain.
Speaking of making it rain, at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, we have an average 95% payout, which leads you to more chances of playing longer and more chances to win big. Play longer, win more, chances are you're gonna like it.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Don't miss the new Lake Home and Cabin Show, January 27 through 29 at the Alliant Energy Center. New products and fresh ideas. You'll find everything for your getaway lifestyle at the Lake Home and Cabin Show, January 27 through 29, Alliant Energy Center.
Wisconsin. It's easy to take for granted how we warm up. But what if you couldn't warm up so easily? For many, it's a reality they can't ignore. Working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans struggling to keep their heat and power on in the dangerous cold of winter. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safe in your home. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
How do you become America's #1? Start by taking care of families for over 75 years. Earn the trust of 32 NFL teams. Be there for America's toughest and help when help is needed. America's #1 isn't a status earned overnight. It's earned in every wash and re-earned every day. Tide, America's #1 detergent.
Get an Escape, Edge, or Explorer SUV with 0% APR financing for 36 months, only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
Big trucks can be intimidating.
If you've been seriously injured in a truck crash, call Gruber Law Offices today. Trucking law can be extremely complicated. You don't want to take on the insurance company alone. Gruber Law Offices has the experience, the resources, and of course, the results. We know truck law. We know the rules and regulations. We know what it takes to win. Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
A New Day boutique, modern and chic women's clothing, jewelry, shoes, and accessories in a unique one-stop shop. Stop in today, East Johnson Street, Madison.
For the first time in 2023, it was a good weekend for the Wisconsin women's hockey team. Not only did they snap their 5-game skid, but they earned their first sweep since the first time they faced Minnesota State back in early December. Their goaltender play was great. They saw the puck go in the net and earned 2 wins. So you could say the mood around the Bond was a lot different than it's been over the past few weeks.
After you lose 5 games in a row, nobody gets comfortable. Everybody gets, angry and ornery. It's like waking up Monday and you have to go to work and you don't really feel like going to work. But we played well. Kids scored goals. Kid made good plays, and they should feel good about the effort.
Sure, it felt like a weight off their shoulders, a weight off my shoulders too, knowing that we could gain a bit of a lead. No, I'm just happy for them. We could put the puck in the net.
Top 2 teams in the Big 8 going at it tonight. Sun Prairie West hosting Verona. Wildcats up 3 early, and Marie Outlane channeling her inner Aaron Rodgers, dropping a dime to Antonique Austin, who lays it up and in to cut it to 1. Well, that's the closest they'd get because Verona amped up the D. Taylor Stremlow picks the pocket and then scores 2 of her game-high 32 points. The future Hawkeye was also in a giving mood. Later in the half, she drives and dishes it to Reagan Briggs, who dials one up from deep. Briggs added in 31. Verona moves to 13-0 in conference play with an 86-63 win. Down in the Rock Valley, McFarland hosting Edgerton in a battle of the conference's top 2 teams. Jump to the second half, Spartans up and adding to their lead. Adrian Kirch to the cup for 2, +1 to make it an 11-point game. Crimson Tide, though, would battle back. Shannon Roosh is going to step through for the easy 2. She had 11. Edgerton would get it to 6, but Tegan Mullaney wouldn't be denied on her birthday. 30 points, 21 rebounds, 6 assists, and a 10-point win that puts McFarland alone at the top of the Rock Valley standings. As noted by the question marks, we still don't know where or if Aaron Rodgers will be playing next season. As he would say, his future is a beautiful mystery. Rodgers is due $60 million next year from the franchise that drafted him. That is if the Packers keep him. The latest chatter is that Green Bay is looking to trade their quarterback for 2 first-round picks. For now, though, we'll just continue to wait for a decision. But A-Rod did say on the Pat McAfee show he'd love to retire as a Packer.
I'd love to finish there. I would. And I might have finished there. Who knows? But when I talk about my future, I don't talk in any cryptic terms. I'm pretty direct about how I feel, and I am taking time with my decision. And I am, not, egomaniacal in a sense to think that, I should be able to play wherever I want as long as I want.
We're back after this.
At Stanton Optical, independent eye doctors are available for eye exams whenever you need one. You should have seen me before I got mine. You're so quiet. Are you mad at me? Book your free same-day eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
Lean back and save big this winter at the Century House. Right now, save hundreds going from one grade of stressless leather to a superior grade for free. Or save $300 and get a free battery when you purchase any Stressless Mic or Stressless Max motorized recliner, or any Stressless Classic Power recliner. Don't miss out. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
We asked people to give their honest feedback on how wrinkles around their eye area and under-eye puffiness looked after trying Tint and Tighten for the first time.
So with foundation, normally it just kind of cover up and conceal things, but with Tint and Tighten, it actually changes the way the skin looks. The lines are actually gone, so you don't get any of that buildup within them and the creases that you normally would see with when you wear foundation.
Tint and Tighten shrinks under-eye puffiness, smooths out wrinkles and fine lines around the eye area, and provides tinted coverage to hide dark circles and skin imperfections, making you look fresh and younger. And since Tint and Tighten works in 10 minutes and lasts up to 8 hours, you can look your best without getting injections or fillers. Get beautiful, lightweight, tinted coverage, plus that smoother, younger, wrinkle-free look from years past in 10 minutes. A look that will make you feel beautiful and confident. Try it this new year for only $19.95, plus get free shipping and handling. Visit tintandtighten.com or call the number on your screen.
When you stay at a Verbo, you always get the whole home. Not part of it, but the whole upstairs, the whole downstairs, the whole fridge, and the whole secret nap room. Because is it really a vacation home if you have to share the house with the host? Only with Verbo.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We did the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $400 at Lens Crafters, over $200 at Walmart, and over $150 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
Keeping your private conversations private. Thursday at 10.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Gary's back. One final check at the forecast.
Yeah, right now, pretty quiet out there. It might be a flurry or two up in northern portions of Juneau and Adams County. But the snow that'll be coming in from the south that we're watching late tonight. You can see approaching about 4:30 in the morning right near the Wisconsin-Illinois state line. Winter weather advisories for Rock and Walworth County from 6 a.m. through 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Current temperatures are just below freezing, although Janesville and Kenosha right at the freezing mark. Here in Dane County, also 32 degrees in Edgerton, 28 in Middleton, 28 in Wanakee. Look for mostly cloudy skies overnight, snow developing by morning. Tomorrow's high 31, and the heaviest snow will probably be down near the Illinois state line, but bitterly cold by next week.
All right, Gary, thanks. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10. Have a good night.